Okay, thank you for coming out today. Today I'll be talking about a little bit about social media and Twitter. And this is something that can help your company, but I just want to preface and say that I'm not trying to sell Twitter to your company. I just want to educate you on some Twitter basics and how it's worked for other companies. So over my last semester, I did an internship for a gourmet desserts company, similar to yours, actually, in the Denver area. And their VP of Strategy and Innovation came to me and said, "I don't get it. What is going on?" And I replied, "You know what, I don't get Twitter either, but over 645 million people use it. And out of those 645 million, about 115 million use Twitter once a month. And those are some of your more active users. And that's a pretty incredible number. If you think about Twitter and who you can reach, 115 million people. And most of those people are in the United States. In one day, about 1 billion tweets are written. Every 5 days. 1 billion tweets. That's a huge number. It's a lot of free content that your company could have. Just to go over some Twitter basics, first I want to talk about the hashtag. The company that I worked with didn't know what a hashtag was, or really how Twitter worked at all, so that's why I worked this into the system. It's good to review, but also, if you don't know, I'll tell you a little bit about it. The hashtag was born with Twitter. And the hashtag, more or less, is a way to tag what you're saying. So, if I hashtag Rexburg, anything or anyone who is hashtag Rexburg will be brought up. So if I hashtag video company, all the video companies are going to come out that have used that hashtag. It's a way to search. It's a way to connect with things of the same subject. Character limit, 140 characters. That means that Twitter's all about wordplay. You've got to get creative and make it work. But it also allows you to have a very live, short feed. Because of that short character limit, your feed is small, it's live, it's something that's really cool. A retweet means that you take content from a user and you put it into your own newsfeed. Ultimately meaning that it goes out to all of your followers. That's a way to expand the audience of who sees that tweet. A favorite definitely gives affirmation, but it also is saved in a user's list. So if I go to Bob Zillin, that's kind of a weird name that I just chose, pulled that out of the hat. Then that's someone I can go and look at his favorites, what he said, what he's liked, and it's also a way for me to save tweets that I want to remember. And then a subtweet is replying to a tweet. So there are 4 areas that I found just in my personal life, and I want this to persuade you. These are not companies that I have researched and found these examples. These are examples that have touched my feed, touched my life, I've heard about, and so I want to talk about this. The first is lifestyle and branding, things that Twitter can do for your company. So I want to talk about Lululemon, which is a high-end athletic apparel company based out of British Columbia. They work on lifestyle branding, and they said, "Say yes to new adventures." That got 1,207 retweets. And then out of each of those retweets, let's say each of those people has 50 to 100 followers, that's a ton of people that you've now hit. Maybe 100,000 people saw that tweet just from retweets. Holy cow. And now, those people, when they think adventure, they're going to think Lululemon. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Accessibility and instant customer feedback. I want to talk about JetBlue. This is one of my favorite examples. So Sal Trejo is one of my friends, and he went on and is now a Twitter rep for JetBlue. One day, someone was complaining about their seat, and they tweeted about it, and he replied and fixed the issue. And then that person blogged about how wonderful JetBlue was, and that showed up in my Facebook feed. And the next time I look at prices, I checked out JetBlue's prices because I had that positive rapport with that company. Not personally, but it felt personal. And their idea with Twitter is that they respond to every tweet, even if they can't do something. It makes customers feel heard. That instant accessibility is something that Twitter can offer your company for free. Next, I want to talk about how humor is viral. Scope Mouthwash. How did they have a Twitter account? If they can have a Twitter account, everyone can have a Twitter account. And I follow them. They have hilarious kissing innuendos and jokes, and I think it's hilarious. And so, as a lifelong Listerine user, and coming from a family of lifelong Listerine users, I have tried Scope the last 2 times I've bought mouthwash because I was like, oh, their Twitter feed is hilarious. I wonder what Scope, like if it's good or not. Got it? Love it? Wow. Changed my habits. And then the bottom line sales. Dell is one of the top users of Twitter. They have 308,000 followers, and out of the 308,000 followers, they contribute over 6 million of their sales to Twitter. Holy cow, that's the bottom line. That's what you want to know. They use discounts, give sales, advertise products. 6.5 million they've attributed to Twitter. And that's just what they've been able to track. That's pretty incredible. Twitter can do a lot for your company. I'm not trying to sell it, but I'm just saying it's worked for other companies and it can probably work for yours. Thank you.